former Clare player, and really a bit of insight from them in a few minutes, and also at half time. Winning that game 4-13. Laois' 5-8 to 1-4 win. In Clare have to win to have any chance of being the one team that comes out of that a win will be their second win, and it'll put them on course for a place in the semi-final, and more than likely a winner takes all match against Clare next weekend, and Clare of course playing Sligo in their final match next weekend. A couple of Morton from Kerry, he's the man. We're going to be speaking now in a second to Anne-Marie Callanan, our co-commentator, and Anne-Marie, former Clare player. Anne-Marie, give us an idea as to your take on today's game. Conditions perfect.
Greasy because it was a shower earlier on today, so it will be difficult for both teams, but I think the wind has died down and it's a perfect day for football. Must win for both teams. I think the momentum will be with Laois from last week. They had, as you said, they had a comprehensive win. In terms of Clare, I think it's how they react to the defeat from last week today. I think there's great character in this team. I do think that they'll minimise the mistakes today, and I think we're looking forward to a great game.
The fact that they met last year, Clare had quite a comprehensive win. You've got about half of both teams still involved. Will that have any significance?
Yeah, I think Laois have 2 or 3 players back, and also Clare have players back, and they also have new players on the scene. So from the championship this year, James Murray, he brought in extra players, and that has added to the strength and depth of the panel, and that little bit of experience as well will definitely help both teams. So I think both teams, as you said, they know each other. Definitely. And
just a final point, Anne-Marie. It's November 8th, championship football, conditions perfect, and we mentioned last week as well. It's just great that this is all happening, I suppose.
Absolutely, as we said, we didn't know earlier on in the year what would happen, and I just think it's great for the GAA community. It's great for the people of Ireland, and indeed outside of Ireland, watching these, being able to watch it live streamed, and yeah, it's excellent, and it's what we're looking forward to.
We'll be speaking again to Anne-Marie in a few minutes as our match analyst. We're going to be speaking now to Eoin Fitzpatrick from Laois, and Eoin, of course, is one of our match analysts, and she's unfortunately out injured. You can see in the background there, conditions absolutely perfect, not a breath of wind. Eoin, thanks a lot for joining us. I suppose the reality is, Eoin, you'd much prefer not to be here on the live stream. You'd much prefer to be warming up with your teammates. Just give us an idea as to your injury and when you expect to be back.
So I done my ACL back in February, and then I got my operation in March. So luckily I got it done before COVID. So this month on the 20th I'll be at the 8-month mark. So realistically I still have another kind of 2 months, but I'm thinking of taking the whole year out just to let my whole body recover properly, and so that was advice.
A lot of 2020, Eoin, I suppose you thought bad enough to have an ACL, but at least you're not missing any games, and of course
exactly.
Suddenly now you are, so that must be, I suppose, a bit frustrating.
I did do hard kind of working by myself, but I found that all the girls were in that position. You know, every county was environment now. Do you know, when I'm back being able to.
And since I suppose the tension in the background, Laois just about Sligo in Kiltoom, it looked fairly.
Like, as well with the condition, the girls came out and gave a great performance. Like, I think Orla Hennessy had her debut as well last week, and then Sarah Larkin came on. So yeah, we're hoping to have her back for next week. But yeah, it was a great game.
And just the way the group system is, Aaron, just one team can come out, so
Yeah,
it's extremely competitive.
yeah, it's do or die really. Do you know? So we have to kind of get the win today and the win next week. So we know Kildare had a 1-point victory over Clare last week. So we just have to make sure that we go out with a good bit of confidence and belief that we can go do it.
We'll be speaking to Aisling Reedy from Clare in a second. Just a final question for yourself, Aaron. What kind of a spectator are you? Do you get frustrated?
Yeah.
Or obviously you'd much prefer to be out there.
Yeah, I think it's just when I'm looking at the game, I know how well the girls work together, and if I see mistakes and all, I'm like, that's not her, she's better than this. But in games like this can come down, a lot of nerves can get in on top of girls and things like that. But even last week, the way we played, the girls didn't let nerves take over or anything. They played really well, and even the forwards, it's great to see forwards tackling so hard and everything, because it does start, the minute it's worked out from the forwards, it starts from the forwards tackling to the whole way. So yeah.
Aaron, pleasure to talk to you again
You
at
too.
half time.
Yeah, perfect.
And
Thank you.
we'll see how things are going.
Yeah.
Then we'll be speaking now to Aisling Reedy from Clare, just to get her perspective on what's happening as we near throw-in time. The game here in Clonmel will throw in at 1 o'clock. Aisling Reedy, as I said, joins us. Aisling, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I was just saying to Aaron, neither of you would ideally be here. You'd be out in the field warming up.
I'd much prefer now to be out there getting my hands dirty and togged out ready for a game, but unfortunately I'm stuck on the sideline for a little bit longer.
And it's an arm injury.
Yeah, I broke my humerus about 4 months ago, so it's been a long 4 months on the sideline, and it's been massively disappointing to miss all the club action and now missing out on this, but hopefully I'll be back soon enough fighting for my place.
You're probably looking at next year, Aisling, realistically, are you?
Yeah, realistically next year, before I'm fully back to hopefully where I can be.
Just looking at the game last week against Kildare, there was some great football played by both teams, and just in the end, I suppose Kildare edged it, and the important thing for Clare now is to, I suppose, take the good from last week and try to forget about the bad and work on it
exactly. Yeah, last week I thought massively disappointing. I thought the girls played fantastic. They really showed what they can do. It's just missed out narrowly in the end, which is disappointing. But I think today is the day where they can really come out and put those mistakes to bed and try and get a performance to salvage any hope of qualifying for a semi-final.
And just the very last thing, Aisling, it's knockout championship really today, isn't it? It's in the story, so it's hopefully from a Clare point of view, you leave here with the 2 points, still with a chance of getting into the semi-final.
Hopefully we kind of need things to go our way now at this stage, which isn't the position we'd like to be in, but it's the way things go. It's sport and that's football, so hopefully today the girls will get a result and that'll put us in the pot for a semi-final place.
Brilliant. Thanks indeed to Aisling Reedy for joining us. We'll be speaking to Aisling again at half time. We're going to look now at in a few seconds to at of course the two teams which were named during the week. As you can see, both teams warming up on the pitch in absolutely perfect weather conditions, and I suppose significantly not a breath of wind, which is great, because whatever about rain, wind can certainly be a negative factor in terms of a match. We're going to look first at the Laois team, and Laois have got Emer Barry in goals from Shanahoe. Their full back line is Clodagh Dunn from Ballyrone, Jenny McAvoy from Sarsfields, wearing number 4, Amy Potts from St Bridget's. The Laois half back line, Rachel Williams from Sarsfields, Laura Nerney is centre back from the Foxrock Cabinteely Club in Dublin, and at left half back is Jane Moore. Midfield, Ellen Healy from Portlaoise and Leah Tarpey wearing 18 from Sarsfields coming in. Now we'll have to see whether Leah Tarpey actually starts in the middle or not. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald played her last week, so that might happen again. The half forward line, Anna Healy, captain from Park Rahaniska. At centre forward wearing 15, Sarah Ann Fitzgerald from Portlaoise, and wearing number 12, Orla Hennessy from Timahoe. And the full forward line, top scorer last week with 7 points, Mo Nerney from Timahoe. Full forward, Andrea Moran from Ballyrone. Wearing number 13, Emma Lawler from St Paul's. And before we look at the Clare team, Anne-Marie, your thoughts on Laois?
Yeah, so just looking at this week, they have 3 changes to their starting team from last week and 3 positional changes. So looking at Leah Torpey, she came on last week and she got 2 great points, so she's now earned her spot on the starting 15. And as you said, she may be midfield or she may be moved back to the half back line or the half forward line. She's a universal player. She can play anywhere. Looking then at Orla Hennessy, she made her debut last week and she ran up and down the field. She was a hard worker and she had the best. She was taken off the last few minutes, but she had a really good debut. Looking then, as you said, at Laura Herney, centre back, she got a goal last week. She loves to go forward, so she's well able to defend, but she loves to go forward also. Her cousin Mo is corner forward. She's their free taker. As you said, she got 7 points last week. She's a really sharp shooter from her left, so the Clare defence will have to try not to foul her. Looking then at Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, she can score from distance. It's worth noting as well that Laois got 5 goals last week, but they had 8 opportunities, so they're well able to score goals.
Clare then they're starting 15 just as we get close to the national anthem. They've got Michaela Glynn from Kilmahill in goals, the full back line wearing number 20 Emer Keane from Milltown at full back, the captain Ellie O'Gorman from Kilmahill, and in the left corner Gráinne Harvey, West Clare Gaels. The half back line Roisin Considine, Liscanner at centre back, Orla Devitt A Rogue, and at left half back Anya Keane from Milltown, twin sister of Emer at cornerback. The midfield combination Laura Egan, Kilmahill wearing 8, and Cueva Harvey, West Clare Gaels wearing 9. The half forward line Emer O'Connor, Cool Gaels, Chloe Maloney wearing number 23 at centre forward, scored 1-5 last week, and wearing 12, probably going to play sweeper, Ciara Hickey, also from Kilmurray. And the inside line, Nivo D starting today wearing 13, came on at half time the last day for Grania Nolan, who's lining out at full forward, both from the banner. And in the corner wearing 15, Cleena Blake from Dunbig. So a couple of changes there as well, Emery.
Coming in, you'd imagine herself and Chloe will work off each other really well. Gráinne Nolan might come out a little bit out the field. Emer O'Connor will probably more than likely go into the middle third again and help out Laura Egan and Cueva Harvey, because Laois have a physical midfield. Emer worked really hard last week. Then just looking at Clare last week, they had the lead at half time. I think that if they get the lead this week, they need to keep pushing on and keep driving on. They can't let Laois back into this game, but I no doubt they have learned from last week.
Yeah, it's all set to go here in Clonmel, and I have to say, and the situation was the same as well last week in Banagher in Offaly. The level of organisation here in Clonmel, absolutely superb, both on behalf of the LGFA and also on behalf of Clonmel Commercials. Both teams in a circle. We can see Laois there, and at the far end Clare are also in a circle ready to go. I thought we were going to have a national anthem, but I haven't heard any sign of it yet, Anne-Marie, so probably just going to Eamon Warden from Kerry is probably just going to throw the ball in and get the game going. And as we said, it's do or die. Whoever loses today is out. They'll still have a game left, but their chances of being that team that gets out of this group 4 will be no more. So it's really going to be fascinating to see. And just looking straight away, Laois starting with looks like Emma Lawler and Jane Moore in the middle, so positional changes straight away, and Emer O'Connor starting in the middle as well, alongside Cueva Harvey for Clare and Marie. So a few interesting enough positional changes already.
Yeah, 2 very hard working girls from Clare there in the middle of the field who will work tirelessly for the hour. I've no doubt Roisin Considine will be up helping them as well. Roisin likes to come forward. She had a great game last week. I just think if Clare back stick tight, I know that the Laois forwards are very strong, and he's just after throwing up the ball now, and
Eamon Warren throws it in, and immediately Laois win it and get it forward to their number 15, Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, and Clare, whoever win it back well. That's good stuff. Ciara Hickey does well there to hold on to possession for Clare, and Anne-Marie mentioned Roisin Considine. She's immediately in the game, raiding up the right hand touchline, pops it in field as far as Gráinne Nolan back to Ciara Hickey bounces the ball once, switches the play to the far side of the field. It's a very good ball, switching the play to the far side to Clare's number 20, and that is Emer Keane playing at cornerback, but raiding. That's a great run from Emer Keane, breaking forward, lovely ball in as far as the corner forward, and that's a great opportunity of an opening score, and indeed it is.
Great score for Chloe Maloney.
An absolutely excellent start. Chloe Maloney straight over the bar, as we said, scored 1-5 from the full forward line last week, played very well, and starting really well again today.
Excellent score. That score came from the half back line from Roisin Considine. She found Ciara Hickey, they spread the ball well, and a nice score from Chloe.
The kick out won straight away by Cleena Blake, and it's driven in now by Cueva Harvey. Very dangerous in as far as Nivo D does well, picks it up under pressure, pops it back as far as Cliona Blake, and that's straight off the post. I was going to say straight over the bar, but off the post, back into play, and it's picked up by Laois' Rachel Williams at right half back, breaking forward now, trying to pick up a teammate, trying to find her midfielder Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, who's wearing 15, but she spills possession, switches to the far side of the field. Roisin Considine has it. Roisin Considine in again as far as Chloe Maloney, starting inside. Lovely ball, beautiful pass from Chloe Maloney into space in front of Cliona Blake from Dunbeg. She does well to hold on to it. Clare recycle possession. That's good patient play. It's with Emer Keane again, down to play at cornerback, but obviously playing further out the field. Clare now have the ball in the middle of the field. Referee Eamon Moran sees a clear free in for Clare, and that was a foul on Emer O'Connor. That was good football.
Yeah, it was a lovely diagonal ball from Chloe. One really good trait about Chloe is her vision to pick out players in space, and now she's after picking out Niamh O'Dea.
Beautiful pass, lays it off as far as Cliona Blake in on goal, but there's 4 or 5 players around her, and well, that was good defending, I have to say, from Laois, but Cliona Blake just ran into too many players. Laois take the quick out quickly, might lose possession, they do. Super stuff from Laura Egan from Kilmahall, wearing number 8, pops it off as far as Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan looks up, crossed the square, but it just went over the head of Caoimhe Harvey, and the loose ball breaks for Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake now recycles again, gives it back as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane recycles further back as far as Ciara Hickey from Kimberley Bricken. Ciara Hickey lays it off to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey finds Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine now, 2 Laois players bearing down her, gets the shot in, and that's an absolutely super point. Under pressure,
score,
great score from Clare.
Excellent score. Just note there that Ciara Hickey's actually attacking more this week. She's not sitting back as much in the pocket. She's going forward and she's creating those scoring opportunities. Yeah, and I think that's good from Clare, because it makes it harder for Laois to basically pick out somebody on a kick out. But mentioning kick outs, that's a super kick out from the Laois goalkeeper Emer Barry, and she found her midfielder Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. That was excellent fielding by Sarah Ann Fitzgerald under pressure, and a good kick out as well, as I said, from the Laois goalkeeper. So Laois now 2 points to no score down after 3.5 minutes in Clonmel. So they'll be looking to try and, I suppose, launch a couple of attacks here and get back into the game. They're raiding forward now, and this is a great run, super run. Pops it off as far as number 13 inside for Laois, Mo Tierney, and that's an absolutely super point from in fact it was from Emma Lawler. Great point from Emma Lawler, got to finish, and well worked score. Yeah, excellent score. Laois are playing 2 in the full forward line, and the half forward line are running off them, so that was a really good score from that was excellent football there. Leah Tarpey involved as well, wearing number 18, but starting inside corner forward. So that was a really well worked point from Laois, and 2 points to 1. Clare leading still by a point. The kick out now taken short as far as Ciara Hickey wearing 12, but back a bit deeper now. The ball now is with Emer Keane on the far side of the field. Bounces the ball, pops it forward. This is good football from Clare, breaking through, cutting through the lines. Excellent, nice ball in as far as Chloe Maloney. Is she going to try and get it back onto her left? Does well to pop it forward as far as Gráinne Nolan. 1-2 with Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney gets it as far as Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea has a shot, and it's in the back of the net, and that's a superbly worked goal from the 3 inside forwards. 5 minutes gone. Clare 1-2, Laois points. Excellent goal, but I must say that Orla Devitt came from the half back line there. She made a piercing run through the centre, and great goal, great work from the forwards there. They're working well together, and they're giving it to the person in the best position, which is the most important thing. That was really good play inside, involving Chloe Maloney, Gráinne Nolan, and the final a pass in to Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea didn't panic, had to try and create the angle for herself, created an angle and hammered it into the back of the net, and that has given Clare a 4-point lead. As we said, 1-2 to 1 point. Laois now attacking on the far side of the field through Leah Tarpey. Leah Tarpey doing extremely well to hold on to the ball under pressure. Nice ball forward now. Opportunity for Laois to build something here. Lovely ball in as far as Laois number 12, who's Orla Hennessy. Orla Hennessy creates the angle for the kick, and that's goes just about 4 or 5 inches wide. She did well to turn inside, create that angle, but the shot from Orla Hennessy drifted just wide. Yeah, very good pressure there from the Clare backs. There was 3 around Orla there, and put pressure on the kick, and good kick out from Michaela. Ciara Hickey's on the ball. She's looking for help. Could have been caught for over carrying there, but she wasn't. Orla Devitt has the ball now, and she's looking up, and she's giving it to Emer Keane.
That's good composed play from Clare, working the ball out through Ciara Hickey and then Orla Devitt. Excellent football. Clare now attacking up the far side of the field. Nivo D still wearing the knee bandage but showing no ill effects. Dangerous enough crossfield hand pass, but it was really, really well cut out by the Laois cornerback Amy Potts. That was superb reading of the game from the Laois cornerback from St. Bridget's. She's still on the ball on the far side of the field, doing really well under pressure. Referee plays advantage. She finds Leah Tarpey. Leah Tarpey does well to hold on to the ball under pressure as well. Laois definitely settling into the game a bit more, holding possession more, recycling the ball nicely as well, and trying to create a bit of space. Really, really good run from Anna Healy, the team captain. She does well to hold on to possession, but she had been fouled, I think was it a combination of Emer O'Connor and Emer Keane. So the free now is going to be taken in the middle of the field by Ellen Healy.
Just looking at the Clare forwards now, they're playing two inside, so they've Nivo D and Chloe inside, and they've Grania and Nolan running off them.
On the far side of the field now, Laois's Emma Lawler in possession, taking on Grania Harvey, but that's super defending from Grania Harvey. Held up the Laois number 13, and who overcarried, and now Ciara Hickey, having received the free from Grania Harvey, breaks out, bounces the ball but gives it away. Orla Devon wins it back. That's good play under pressure from Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, but Clare have it back, get it forward as far as Emer O'Connor. Emer O'Connor pops the run, super run from Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine, nice ball into face in front of Nivo D, pops it off as far as Grania Nolan. Grania Nolan in on goal. Can she get back on her right? She gets as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney with the shot off the post into the net, and that is superb football from Clare.
An excellent team score from Clare. Again, our half back line are pushing forward, putting pressure on the Laois defence. Excellent goal and well worked. And
the run from Roisin Considine really made that. She took that popped pass and didn't have to break her stride, and that's why she cut through and found a lovely diagonal ball in to Nivo D. Excellent football. Laois have the advantage. They're breaking forward. They need a score. Jane Moore has it. Jane Moore gets as far as Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. She pops it off. That's excellent football, but a great block from the Clare fullback. But the ball now with Laois's number 12 Orla Hennessy had the shot. There was a great chance of a goal, but it was well stopped by Michaela Glynn from Kilmahal.
Really good reaction there from Michaela, straight off the line. Very, very sharp, exactly what you need from a goalkeeper. Yeah, it was really, really good goalkeeping. Laois so will be disappointed that they didn't finish that. They might have a chance to create another opportunity because, well, the referee initially pointed towards the Clare goal, suggesting that it was a Laois free, but then he's changed his mind, and it's a Clare free, and we can see there where the danger is. Clare two inside forwards, Nivo D and Chloe Maloney, and they really are excellent targets. And Laois are after bringing back a sweeper now, so that would cut out a little bit of the ball through if she gets it, but she's going to be moving over and back, but hopefully Clare will get their passes right, and they're on the ball with Emer Keane again. Yeah, there's 7 points in it after 9 minutes. Clare 2-2, Laois 1 point. Clare now building on the far side of the field. That's good football from Clare, getting it forward as far as Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey tries to pick out a runner, but she picks out Roisin Considine, who again is having a very impressive game at right half back. Did very well last week. Roisin Considine breaks through the tackle, but that's super defending there from Ellen Healy, who got to hand in. Laois win it back, and Andrea Moore now is breaking forward. That's excellent football, but again, well, I was going to say Clare win it back, but they didn't because the referee was playing advantage. Good refereeing from Eamon Moore. An excellent ball forward from Sarah Ann Fitzgerald to the inside line. The play switched to the far side to Emma Lawler. Lawler under pressure from Grania Harvey. Grania Harvey and Ciara Hickey win it back between them. Ciara Hickey bounces the ball. Solis looks up, tries to look for somebody in space who's going to make a run. Pops it back, but Clare almost lose possession. They were lucky that time to hold on to possession, but eventually break out and get the ball forward as far as Grania Nolan. Grania Nolan goes to ground. Referee doesn't see anything wrong. Laois win it back. Good determined play from Laois. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald has it, bounces the ball, gets away from Roisin Considine. Ellie O'Gorman at full back, well out from in front of the goal, trying to get back as well. Laois sensing that perhaps they can create something here, and their number 10 has a shot, Anna Healy, the team captain, but that goes well wide, and Laois might have been a bit more composed on that occasion, Anne-Marie, and maybe could have created a bit more danger. I think they just need to spread the ball around a little bit more. Andrea Moore, in their full forward now, is actually playing a sweeping role. She did that against Sligo last week. She works really, really hard. So again, Laois have two inside the full forward line. So like Clare, they're all playing two inside.
The
And
kick out.
Ocean Constantine.
Clare eventually win it. Roisin Constantine wins that breaking ball, pops it off as far as Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey breaking forward. It's a great run from Caoimhe Harvey under serious pressure from Laois's Orla Hennessy, but she gets away, gets into the space. Perhaps overcarries. Lucky not to have had a free given against her there, but Emer O'Connor has it. Emer O'Connor now turning in field. 2 or 3 Laois players descend on her, but she gets it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney looks up, looks for somebody in space, finds Niamh O'Dea. They really have been combining exceptionally well. Niamh O'Dea bounces the ball, tries to get back on her left foot. Lovely ball forward, beautiful pass as far as Gráinne Nolan, and Gráinne Nolan rolls that into the net. Clare leading 3-2 to Laois's 1 point. And the vision on that occasion from Niamh O'Dea was absolutely exceptional.
Excellent, yeah, really, really good vision. Lovely sweeping moves. The Laois defence are under a lot of pressure at the moment, and Clare are driving forward, and they have the momentum at the moment.
Clare leading Laois by 3 goals and 2 points to Laois's 1 point. The kick out lands in the middle of the field where it's won by Roisin Constantine. Thought there might have been a push in the back. Referee didn't see it that way. Laois win the breaking ball and break forward. Their right half back has Rachel Williams. She pops it off as far as Andrea Moran breaking forward from her sweeper role. Andrea Moran does well now, bounces, hops the ball, taking on Ellie O'Gorman, gets it back as far as Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald has an opportunity of a shot, and that's just wide. I was going to say it was a very, very good point. It was a really good effort, but unfortunately for Laois, it drifted just to the right and wide. And in terms of the breeze, slightly strengthening, Anne-Marie, and Laois seem to have it.
Yeah, and you can see there Michaela's kick out the ball went far. It's worth noting as well that Clare had an 84% record with their kick outs last week, and they're maintaining that this week, and it's Caoimhe Harvey on the ball coming in from the left wing.
Great run again from Caoimhe Harvey. A couple of minutes ago it was down the right, this time it's down the left, but that's a really good defending initiative there from Kildare. The referee's got his hand up. Chloe Maloney has time to get the shot in and puts that over the bar. The referee played a really good advantage there. Eamon Moran and Chloe Maloney put that over the bar. Clare leading by 3 goals and 3 points to Laois's 1 point, and Chloe Maloney following up last week's performance in Banagher where she scored 1-5 with a very impressive performance again here in Clonmel. The ball won luckily enough in the middle of the field by Clare. Gráinne Nolan has it, turns, gets on her right foot, pops it across as far as Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea goes to ground, thought she might have been pushed. Referee plays advantage. Laois break out with it. Laois have it through Leah Tarpey now. That's good defending from Laois. Anna Healy, the team captain, wearing tin, breaking forward. Nice early ball forward in as far as Mo Nerney, who scored 7 points last weekend. Mo Nerney, lovely crossfield ball to Emma Lawler. Emma Lawler pops it off to the runner, and the runner is Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, but you could see there from her grimace as she kicked off her left foot that she knew straight away that was going wide.
Yeah, it's still nice movement from Laois. They're well able to move the ball into the forwards. They just need to settle on their kicks, I think, and not panic on the ball. Michaela's on the ball. She's after finding the sweeper, Kira Hickey again, and Orla Devitt's looking for the ball just right ahead. 14
minutes gone, so we're about a minute or so away from the first half water break. Clare breaking out now through their wing back. Anya Keane pops the ball forward as far as her twin sister Emer. Emer gets it forward as far as Cliona Blake breaking forward now, getting away from her player, and the kick doesn't match the run. It was a really good run, showed great pace, great ball control, but the kick just drifted wide, and the referee Eamon Moran has indicated that it's time for the water break. So it's been an exceptionally good first 14 and a half minutes from Clare. Clare leading by 3 goals and 3 points to Laois's 1 point. So Laois will be extremely keen to use this minute or so of the water break to try and get back into the game. And you've got an update, Anne-Marie, from the other game between Sligo and Kildare.
So I'm just looking at the Sligo and Kildare. Them from Kildare are 2-2 to a point up after 15 minutes. So the early lead got in that game.
Quite a similar situation at that match in Kinnegad. That match also threw in at 1 o'clock. So Kildare well in control at this point there, and I suppose that's going according to form. This one, Clare probably would have been favourites coming into this one as well, Anne-Marie, given that they're in Division 2, Laois are in Division 3. Yeah. And the fact that they won the corresponding match last year. Yeah, and I have no doubt that we're extremely disappointed with last week. They were in very hard luck. Just a few small mistakes. It could have gone either way in the end. And I just think they're driving hard now. They're reacting to the defeat really, really well. But I've no doubt Laois are going to come back into this game. And they have excellent forwards, and they have a really strong midfield, and their backs are working hard too, even though they're under pressure. But Clare forwards are on top at the moment. Yeah, Laois know that the next 4 or 5 minutes could be pivotal if they can get a bit of momentum and just a bit more possession at the far end of the field, create a couple of maybe scoring opportunities that they can get right back into this game. But they need to do it fairly soon. They can't afford to let Clare get a couple more scores and perhaps let the game get away from them completely. Laois now have it. They're going to take the kick out in a second with their goalkeeper Emer Barry.
Yeah, and just looking at Clare, they've been up a few points. If we looked at the Tipperary Monaghan game the other evening, at one stage Tipperary Monaghan were up 9 points and they let Tip back into it. It was level at half time, so you just don't know the way things can go in ladies football. Goals can come very, very quickly, so Clare will have to keep the head and keep plugging on the points.
Ellen Healy has it. She pops it off as far as the centre back Laura Nerney. Ellen Healy completes the run. Excellent run from Ellen Healy, breaking forward, taking on Roisin Considine, pops it in field. Andrea Moran wasn't expecting the ball that time, unfortunately, and Laois lost possession. Clare now breaking. Quiva Harvey has been superb in the middle of the field, making great runs, lucky to maybe get away with steps there on that occasion. That was good defending from Anna Healy. Clare recycle. And Emer Keane has it. Emer Keane trying to find Chloe Maloney inside. The full back does well. That was excellent defending from Jenny McAvoy, but Clare win it back. And Emer Keane has it again. Emer Keane pops it in field as far as Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey, is she going to pick out the run from Nivo D, who in turn finds Orla Devitt. And Orla Devitt breaking from centre back, had a great opportunity for a point, but it drifted just to the left and wide. That was I suppose good football from Clare, but Laois would need to be, I suppose, a lot more definite when they're breaking out with the ball and not spill possession. They spill possession a few times. The goalkeeper takes the kick out, but it's going to roll out over the sideline. Ellen Healy was under pressure there from Nivo D. Nivo D takes it quickly as far as Emer O'Connor. Emer O'Connor solos the ball, looks for somebody off her shoulder, gives it back as far as Nivo D. Nivo D now looking to see is there a run inside from Chloe Maloney or Gráinne Nolan. Opts to recycle. That's good football to Ciara Hickey. Ciara Hickey finds Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine taking on Ellen Healy. This is good patient football from Clare. Chloe Maloney pops it in front of, sees the run from Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan does well. She's being shadowed by Amy Potts, but cuts inside Amy Potts. Gráinne Nolan with the shot. It's a great save by the goalkeeper. It's an excellent save by Emer Barry from Shanaho in goals, and perhaps that might lift Laois. They need to try and put something together here from this move. Clodagh Dunn gets it forward and completes the run. This is good football from Clodagh Dunn. The Laois cornerback does very well to hold under pressure from Nivo D. Has it again, trying to lead from the back for Laois, who need a couple of scores. Anna Healy has it. Referee plays advantage. Andrea Moran holding on to possession, switches the ball to the far side of the field. That's a very, very good ball, switch and play. But let's see what's going to happen here. It's a push in the back, and it's a free in for Mo Tierney from Timahoe. So this is about roughly 40-41 yards out, and Laois up to recycle the ball. Jane Moore has it now and pops it off. The centre back Laura Nerney picks up possession. That's an excellent run from Laura Nerney, soling the ball off her left foot, breaking forward. Great run, good football from Laois. Can they create something here? Effort from the centre forward, breaks inside. Really good defending from Emer Keane, and that shot was from Mo Nerney, and just under pressure as she was kicking it, and it just drifted away from the goals, and Clare break out now. Rushing Considine this side of the field. Super play from an excellent block down from Laois's Orla Hennessy, but Clare win it back again, and the referee brings play back because the Lions person says it's a line ball for Laois, and that was a great block from Orla Hennessy.
Excellent block, good pressure on Laois. Laois are being patient on the ball. They're looking for Orla Hennessy is looking for runners inside now. She's gone into left hand corner. She's found
nice line ball from Orla Hennessy in as far as Emma Lawler, but Emma Lawler loses possession, and Clare break forward, and they've got it now in the person of Anya Keane. Anya Keane switches the ball to the far side of the field, where Emer Keane has it, breaking forward, doing really well. Pops it off as far as her twin Anya. Anya looks inside to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake does well to hold it under pressure, gives it to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey looks for the run. The run is provided by Niamh Keane. Niamh Keane plays the ball back, but that was a poor pass and it's well cut out. Great play from Ellen Healy. Ellen Healy's pass forward, not the greatest either though, but Sarah Ann Fitzgerald was being fouled by Orla Devitt, and Laois have it now. Rachel Williams breaking forward, bit of space in front of her. Are there a couple of runs inside? She's looking for the inside forwards to make a run, maybe put the ball in over the top. Instead opts to give it in as far as Anna Healy. Anna Healy finds Emma Lawler. Emma Lawler did well to win the free, and that's going to be a free in for Laois. It's going to be about 30 yards out, just slightly to the left of the goal mouth. So it's I suppose a good angle for a right-footed kicker, maybe a bit far out to put straight over the bar.
I mentioned earlier as well that Ciara Hickey was going forward a lot, but every time that Laois are on the attack, she's back defending, so she put the pressure on there. She's an extra line of defence and she's doing really, really well.
So Laois now have this free, and the free is going to be taken by Mo Tierney, their top scorer from last weekend. She's going to kick this off her left foot, and that's a super point from Laois's Mo Tierney. That's Laois's second point. Clare leading by 3 goals and 3 points to Laois's 2 points. So that was a really, I suppose, a badly needed score. Laois need that, and they need maybe 1 or 2 more scores to develop that bit of momentum.
Yeah, exactly. They know when they drive forward that they'll win their free, and they've settled now, so they're going to put pressure on the kick out here. So it's a line ball for Laois.
So the line ball is going to be taken. It's good pressure from Laois, going to be taken by Ellen Healy, but it's really well cut out by Roisin Considine. Gets it back as far as Gráinne Harvey. Gráinne Harvey now finds her sister Caoimhe, and Caoimhe breaks forward, gives it back as far as Gráinne again, who's made a support run. She's going to pop it in field to Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt breaking from centre back, playing really well. Looks for the runner, saw the run from Caoimhe Harvey, but opted to hold on to possession, gives it eventually to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey might look for the diagonal ball, recycles to eventually Emer O'Connor. Emer O'Connor looks for the run inside. Lovely ball from Emer O'Connor in front of Chloe Maloney. Beautiful pass. Cliona Blake has it. Cliona Blake with a shot. Great save from the goalkeeper Emer Barry, and Clodagh Dunn was on hand on the line to take it off the line, and is not involved in the play again on the far side of the field. Pops it off as far as Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. This is really good football from Laois. Laois showing a lot of character, a lot of fire, trying to make something happen, but unfortunately Sarah Ann Fitzgerald runs out over the sideline on the far side of the field, and the line ball is taken quickly, but the referee says it's too quickly, and the play is going to be held up for a sec while a Laois player, I think it's Leah Tarpey, is going to maybe receive a small bit of attention, but looks like she's okay. But that was a good save and really good reading of the game as well from the cornerback Clodagh Dunn.
Yeah, the supply of ball going in from the Clare to the Clare full forward line is exceptional. The Clare forwards are out in front, so Roisin Considine on the ball now. She's after giving it to Emer Keane, and Orla Devitt's on the ball. Orla Devitt
now looking up again, pops it in field as far as Roisin Considine has been involved in the play an awful lot, as has Emer O'Connor. Emer O'Connor now breaking through, pops it to Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea turns, she's shot is on, and says she opts for the pass to Chloe Maloney, picks it up under pressure, turns back on her left foot, and it hits the post. Then the umpire goes wide. It's going to be a 45, and again the combination play between Chloe Maloney, Niamh O'Dea, Emer O'Connor, Gráinne Nolan, really good. Excellent
footwork again there from Chloe Maloney. We saw it time and time again last week as well. She's a physical girl. She's turning, and great opportunity. Unlucky to hit the post. Gráinne Nolan's about to take the 45, and she's looking for runners.
So Gráinne Nolan now looking inside again. Clare have the 2 inside forwards. They're making runs, and Chloe Maloney makes that run. Lovely jab pass from Gráinne Nolan, and pass to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey goes to ground, but the referee Eamon Moran decides that she overran, and probably a right decision, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, correct decision there. Yeah, she just hesitated for a couple of seconds on the ball. Laois are coming out with the ball. Good kick out there again from the Laois keeper.
Yep, Ellen Healy won that kick out well. Orla Hennessy has it now. Orla Hennessy pops the ball up as far as Clodagh Dunn. She's really playing very well for Laois, breaking forward at every opportunity, and now Laois's Emma Lawler has it. Emma Lawler looking to take on Roisin Considine, goes in field, pops it as far as the runner Ellen Healy. Ellen Healy makes a really good run, getting away from Cliona Blake, pops it to the far side of the field, but the ball just went a bit far for Jane Moore, who picks it up eventually. This is good pressure now from Laois. Can they create the opportunity for the shot? The centre back is up, and that's a really good effort, a really good point from Laura Nerney, and Laois definitely having a good spell.
Yeah, that's an inspirational score from Lauren Nerney. She got the goal last week. She's well able to drive forward. She's tracking back as we speak, and Michaela's after finding Caoimhe Harvey now with a kick out, and Caoimhe's after giving it to her sister Grania.
It's a really good kick out there from Michaela Glenn from Kilmahill, and Caoimhe Harvey bursts forward and wins the free. Laois might have thought that Caoimhe was barging, but the referee certain that it was definitely a Clare free. Grania Harvey now takes the pass, and Ciara Hickey spills it, but well picked up on the far side of the field by Emer Keane, who finds Roisin Consign. Roisin Consign, I was going to say a nice ball. She saw the run from Caoimhe Harvey, but the ball was overcooked and was cut out by Rachel Williams. Good play from Rachel Williams, but Caoimhe Harvey does very, very well to pick up possession in the middle of the field again, win it back. Cliona Blake gets it forward quickly as far as Grania Nolan, but the ball goes off Grania Nolan's hand, and it's going to be, Grania Nolan is adamant that it's a Clare line ball, but the linesperson says it's a Laois line ball, so it's taken quickly by Rachel Williams. Rachel Williams pops the ball infield as far as Laois's Anna Healy, who's been involved in a lot of the play, and Anna Healy is fouled eventually under pressure there from a combination of Grania Nolan and Emer O'Connor, and the free is going to be taken now eventually when play resumes. It's going to be taken by Anna Healy, and as we approach the end of the first half, Anne-Marie, if Laois can get another score, they'll feel that they were down 3-2 to a point, 3-3 to a point at one stage, so they're making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, they are, and as I said, a goal in ladies football can make such a difference and can change the momentum completely, so Clare need to stay alert to that, and I've no doubt Laois will, in the second half, they'll drive forward and they'll hope to get a few more scores on the board.
Anna Healy now looking for somebody to make a run. She jabs it forward as far as Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. There was a good run from the Laois number 15, who started at midfield. She's certainly given everything she has. The ball forward, not the best, but it's well won inside by Andrea Morton, who is now in a more offensive position than she was earlier in the game. Laois have it again now to Orla Hennessy. Laois having a good spell, but Clare have numbers back, so they're making it difficult for Laois to create much in the way of space. The Laois wing back Jane Moore breaks forward. This is a good play from Jane Moore, pops the ball off as far as Leah Tarpey. Leah Tarpey's shot, it looks as if it's gone over the bar. Indeed it is, and that's another point from Laois, and Laois now have cut that deficit from 3-3 to a point. It's now 3-3 to 4 points, and Laois having a really good 4 or 5 minutes, very productive 4 or 5 minutes, and Clare know that they've got to try and win this kick out and maybe build again and add on another score or two from their point of view. Nivo D now breaking forward, cutting inside, goes to ground. Referee plays a really good advantage, it has to be said. 2 players on the ground, including Nivo D and Laois's Orla Hennessy, but eventually the referee, the play continues, and the referee spots that there was a pullback and it's going to be a free in, and Clare will be slightly concerned that Nivo D got up a bit gingerly there, and the fact that she's has a big camogie game as well in a week's time will be I suppose a concern for the camogie management.
Yeah, it was a late tackle there, but the referee rightly played advantage. Eve seems to be up on her feet again. That left leg, she's still limping a little bit, but knowing Neve, she'll shake that off and she'll be ready to go in. And Chloe's about to take the free, and it's gone straight over the bar. Great score from Chloe.
That is a superb point from Chloe Maloney. Clare's fourth. Clare lead by 3-4 to Laois's 4 points, and that just looked kind of effortless off the left foot of the player from Kimmeria Bricken, who was of course involved during the week with Piedmont United in their Champions League qualifier in Scotland. 2 players clash and go to ground. Nivo D is one, not sure who the Laois player is. We'll see in a sec. Both of them had their eye on the ball, and both went to ground, and the referee, rightly so, immediately, Anne-Marie, blew up.
Yeah, he had to call it there. They were both going for the same ball. I think Neve got her fist to the ball, but just clashed head. I think it's number 5, Rachel Williams, that seems to be down. Yeah,
it is Rachel Williams. Well spotted.
They were both.
She's up. She seems to be okay.
Yeah.
And hopefully Nivo D as well will be okay.
Yeah.
Both of them just had their eye on the ball.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were going 50-50 for the ball. They were
didn't see each other.
To it. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't see each other, and just so that's type of commitment that players
Exactly.
show at this level, well I suppose at any level really when it comes to playing championship.
And the break
So-
here will give the players just a chance to catch their breath again and regroup and go into their positions again. Again, the three girls are in the midfield, so Emer O'Connor is out there with Quiva Harvey and Laura Egan. They're all working really, really hard. So as I said, the supply of the ball going into the forwards is unreal. Backs are working hard, but Laois are still there. They got a great score from distance from the right hand side there, so they're well able to score. And I no doubt when they regroup at half time, they'll be ready to go again.
Yeah, it's a 9-point game at this stage. The goals certainly have made the difference. Clare, their forward play in the opening quarter in particular was very, very slick, picking out runs. And of course, to pick out a run, you have to have the runs, and the runs were being made inside. And as you will well know, Anne-Marie, as a forward, if you're an inside forward and you're making the runs, and if there's a delay in the ball or the ball isn't, put in early, it can be very frustrating. But when the ball is put in early, it can all work out well.
Yeah, and it just comes from the work rate throughout the field. I know the forwards' job is to score, but when there's excellent ball coming in, it makes the forwards' life a little bit easier. And to turn and to pick out the scores. Just the work rate there from the Clare team is exceptional at the moment. They're all working together and they're giving it to the person in the best position.
Thankfully, Niamh O'Dea has got up and she's continuing, as did earlier on Rachel Williams. And Quiva Harvey involved now in the play immediately. Overcarries, definitely overcarries.
Good pressure there from
really good pressure from Laois. I think
Emma Lawler put pressure, not Emma. Yeah, Emma Lawler put pressure there.
Quiva might have said, not sure about that ref, and the ref said, well I am, and he brings the ball forward. And the Laois cornerback, Clodagh Dunn, takes it, but it's well read by Ciara Hickey in her sweeper's role, and that was poor from Laois. They really would have liked, of course, to hold on to possession there. Ciara Hickey has it again, switches the ball to the far side of the play, far side of the field. Clare doing well in terms of switching the play nicely. Gráinne Nolan has it now. Gráinne Nolan taking on Clodagh Dunn. She's cutting inside. She's looking for a runner, or maybe looking for somebody at the far side of the field. Quiva Harvey is at the far side of the field, but a bit too far away to look for a pass here. In this instance, the kick from Gráinne Nolan eventually, not a great one, and it drops in as far as the goalkeeper Emer Barry, who's had a very, very good game. Clare now trying to put a bit of pressure on Laois on the way out. Rachel Williams has it. Rachel Williams pops it forward as far as Orla Hennessy. This is good football and good heart from Laois, but good play as well from Clare. Good pressure from Roisin Considine, and the ball went all over the sideline and it's taken quickly by Laois's Orla Hennessy. It was a really good ball in as far as Laois centre back Laura Nerney, who's playing well at centre back, and put over a great point from play. The ball forward now, Orla Hennessy. It's kind of hit and hope to an extent. 3 Clare defenders around, and well read there by Gráinne Harvey. And Laois definitely, Anne-Marie, need a bit more direction in terms of their build-up play.
Yeah, that's the third time now they've kicked the ball up into the air, kind of not hopelessly, but they're just they're panicking on the ball. So I think they need to spread it a little bit more. They had runners out the wing there, but they just didn't look up in time. So I do think they need to spread it a little bit more.
Anya Keane overcarried that time. The referee says the free was taken too quickly by Laois, so it's going to have to be taken again. It's going to be taken by Rachel Williams. Rachel Williams now looking for somebody. Ciara Hickey is back in that sweeper's role and doing very, very well. She's picking up a lot of good play, a lot of breaking ball, and you've got an update from. Can you get?
Yes, it's currently Kildare 4-7, Sligo 2 points. So Kildare are in control of that game.
Kildare well in control in that one. Laois looking to get back into this one. The full forward off the post. That was a really good shot from Andrea Moran. Wearing 14, hasn't been playing at full forward throughout, but has been kind of flitting between a defensive role and an attacking role.
Yeah,
and that was a great chance.
It was a great chance. Andrea got an exceptional goal last week. Similar to coming in from the right hand side there. She was unlucky to hit the upright. But the Clare defence just need to be a little bit tighter. When Laois get the run, they're well able to move forward.
Mo Nerney is going to take the free. It's on the 14-yard line. This is a simple opportunity for a player of Mo Nerney's quality from frees and indeed from play. So presumably she's going to tap this over the bar, and the referee is, before Mo Nerney can take the free, he's going to have a word with Clare's cornerback Emer Keane. So he's doing a nice bit of writing, and he's showing a yellow card to Emer Keane. So Emer Keane's going to be out of the game for 10 minutes. Clare down to 14 players. I'm not sure what happened. It must have been a late tackle or something.
Yeah, it looked like a late tackle. I think there's just a couple of minutes to half time now. I see Roisin Looney's warming up, so Roisin could be introduced early in the second half.
Mo Nerney takes that free, puts it over the bar. The score, it's Clare 3-4, Laois 5 points as we approach the last few minutes of this opening half of this round 2 Group 4 game in Clonmel. And in fact, the referee called half time. That was the last play of the opening half, and the half time score, Clare 3 goals and 4 points, Laois 5 points. It's quite comprehensive, Anne-Marie, but at the same time, like, Laois won't have lost all hope, because they have shown in the second quarter in particular, they were poor in the first quarter, but they've shown glimpses in the second quarter of what they can do.
They have, and I think if they can settle on that last pass and just spread the ball a little bit more, they're putting pressure on the Clare backs. Clare are a lot tighter than last week. They're working the ball really, really well. So yeah, I think that both teams will regroup now at half time. There'll be subs introduced. They'll have fresh legs on, and similar to Kindigad, it's 4-7 to 2 points. So similar score lines from both games. So Kildare are on top of that game. So I think that was expected. But Clare just need to drive on from here. And as I said, Laois are not out and about. They're still going to be thereabouts. So if they can get a goal or two, they're right back into this game, and we know what goals can do to matches.
Absolutely. If Laois can get the first couple of scores after half time, it could be a completely different game. As it is now, Clare leading by 3 goals and 4 points to Laois's 5 points. We're going to look at some of the highlights of the first half, and when we come back, we'll be speaking to our half-time panel, Eoin Fitzpatrick from Laois and Clare's Aisling Reedy. Ira Hickey lays off to Cueva Harvey. Cueva Harvey finds Roisin Constantine. Roisin Constantine now, 2 Laois players bearing down her, gets the shot in, and that's an absolutely super point. And this is a great run, super run. Pops it off as far as number 13 inside for Laois, Mo Tierney, and that's an absolutely super point forward as far as Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan 1-2 with Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney gets as far as Niamh Dee. Niamh Dee has a shot, and it's in the back of their net. And that's a superbly worked goal from the 3 in. Gráinne Nolan in on goal. Can she get back on her right? She gets as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney with the shot off the post into the net. And that is superb football. Exceptionally well. Niamh Dee bounces the ball, tries to get back on her left foot. Lovely ball forward. Beautiful pass as far as Gráinne Nolan. And Gráinne Nolan rolls that into the net. Clare leading 3-2 from Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan does well. She's being shadowed by Amy Potts, but cuts inside Amy Potts. Gráinne Nolan with the shot. It's a great save by the goalkeeper. It's by Mo Tierney, their top scorer from last weekend. She's going to kick this off her left foot, and that's a super point from Laois's Mo Tierney. That's Laois's second point. Eventually Emer O'Connor looks for the run inside. Lovely ball from Emer O'Connor in front of Chloe Maloney. Beautiful pass. Cliona Blake has it. Cliona Blake with the shot. Great save from the goalkeeper, who picks it up eventually. This is good pressure now from Laois. Can they create the opportunity for the shot? The centre back is up, and that's a really good effort. The Laois wing back Jane Moore breaks forward. This is a good play from Jane Moore, pops the ball off as far as Leah Therapy's shot. It looks as if it's gone over the bar. Indeed it is.
Limping a little bit, but knowing Niamh, she'll shake that off and she'll be ready to go in. And Chloe's about to take the free, and it's gone straight over the bar. Great score from Chloe.
That is a superb point from
so Kildare are in control of that game.
Kildare well in control in that one. Laois looking to get back into this one. The full forward off the post. That was a really good shot from, and must have been a late tackle or something.
Yeah, it looked like a late tackle. I think there's just a couple of minutes to half time now. I see Roisin Looney's warming up, so Roisin could be introduced early in the second half.
And you're back live at Clonmel Commercial's GA Field here in Tipperary. The half time score, Clare leading Laois by 3-4 to maybe you're not quite so delighted. I suppose Laois have a lot of work to do at half time to try and turn this around.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to regroup now at half time, and you can see there that they're getting in way too easily into our back line. Like, I think we need to just cut out those runs. Like, we need to communicate more, and we need to convert more whenever we're up in our own forward line.
Because the first 15 minutes weren't great from Laois in that you were cut out a bit at the back.
Yeah.
But the second 15 were a lot better, and it was just some of the transition of the ball from patience.
Yeah, I
as well.
think especially in the forwards, you have to have patience. Like, you have to wait for that gap to open. I think with the score worse things as well. So I think we just need.
Are you confident, Aaron, that there's good fight within this group? We some of the players there could have done the same. Goalkeeper.
Orla being young and playing experience that whenever things are getting bad or things are getting good, you're just going to have to relax. And yeah, I think like there is a lot of heart in this team, and we've it's like every team, they've like, you can make a great comeback. So yeah, I've full faith in the girls.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Aaron, many thanks indeed for that, and thanks for joining us before the game as well, and the very best of luck with your recovery from injury. Thanks indeed.
Thank you.
To Aaron Fitzpatrick. We're going to be speaking now in a second to Clare's Aisling Reedy. We spoke to Aisling before the game as well. Aisling, thanks indeed for joining us again. So you're getting a bit of support here from the stand as well. So that's I'm sure
is all there.
I'm sure you're delighted with that, Aisling.
No.
So just you must be happy with how Clare went in that first half.
Yeah, fantastic start. The forwards are really putting on a show up there. We think we have a bit of a breeze now in the second half, so hopefully that'll help us. Laois came back into it though in the last few minutes. Obviously now with the yellow card, it's going to be a bit more difficult now in the second half, but hopefully the girls will rally at half time and come out and show a performance again.
Yeah, definitely. Clare's inside forwards did very, very well. The entire full forward line, Chloe Maloney, Nivo D, Gran and Nolan, and the quality of the ball in Aisling was excellent.
Yeah, they've been working on that now in training. They're like, they can score from anywhere, so hopefully that'll.
Have been.
Hopefully the girls will restructure at half time and get the ball going in as much.
Aisling, thanks very much indeed for joining us. The best of luck with that recovery from your arm injury. Thanks indeed to Clare's Aisling Reedy. We're going to return now to the second half. We can see that both teams are out in the field, ready to go. We're just going to check there with Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, can you see any changes at half time?
One change, so Roisin Looney starting in the middle of the field, and Lena Blake has made way. Lena did very well in the first half. She had lots of running done, and she was unlucky to get a goal there at one stage, so she did really well. She's a young player for the future, and no doubt she'll be back in the team next week. So Roisin is taken up midfield pairing with Emer O'Connor. Laura Egan has gone wing back, and I'm needed.
Player to have on the bench to come in, very, very capable player.
Inspirational player. She is well able to run through the centre, and she'll work really, really hard. She always gives 100%.
And the Laois midfield combination, Jane Moore has gone to midfield where she's joining Sarah Ann Fitzgerald, so they'll be hoping that they can get a bit of a grip in the middle of the field, and they've got the ball immediately through Sarah Ann Fitzgerald. Laois now launched the first attack of the second half. Jane Moore pops it off to the runner, but the ball is spilled and really well cut out by Clare, and now Clare's Nivo D has it wearing 13, but she's inside her own half at this stage, doing well to hold on to the ball. 2 or 3 Laois players after her, but she's getting away from him. Can she spot the run on the outside from Caoimhe Harvey? She does. Pops it as far as the Clare midfielder number 9. She looks in field for an option. Lovely ball from Emer O'Connor in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, however, the ball goes beyond her and it's cut out. Laois now clear, and Jane Moore has it. A bit of extra energy in Laois. Laura from Foxtrot Cabinteely, the Dublin club, excellent run, breaking forward, try to get past Ciara Hickey. The shot from the Laois half forward Orla Hennessy probably shot a bit early, and the ball was dealt very capably with by Michaela Glynn inside the goals, and Clare repelled that attack and try and build up on the far side of the field.
Laura
Egan on the ball infield now as far as Clare's Anya Keane. Anya Keane does well, pops it off in towards Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney out in front, turns, beautiful ball as far as Gráinne Nolan, and the goalkeeper does exceptionally well to come out, but Gráinne Nolan has it again. Superb goalkeeping, I thought, but the referee says it's a free.
I'm not actually sure what that was for.
Or is it in fact a penalty? Not sure. He hasn't. Yes, indeed, he has pointed to the spot. No, I know we're a good bit away, Anne-Marie, but I thought that was good goalkeeping initially, but obviously the referee, in fairness, was a lot closer.
Yeah, so I think Gráinne was just about to pull the trigger, and maybe the keeper came across her and took her feet from under her, but we're quite a distance away from it. But Chloe Maloney's lining up to take this.
Oh, certainly.
We saw Chloe scored 2 penalties in the county final. She's well able to put them away, and for her soccer as well, her experience from soccer she should be putting this away. Niamh O'Dea is now gone out in the half forward line, so Chloe's inside with Gráinne Nolan. So just a little switch there. So
I think there's good rotation between those three, because they can play anywhere. They can play outfield, out rounds.
They're very versatile.
Chloe Maloney now steps up to keep her. Chloe Maloney, Emer Barry did what all goalkeepers should do, try to make it as difficult as possible. Came off the line, but Chloe just picked her spot.
Yeah, it's very hard to save a shot under pressure straight away.
At half time. Reduced, the score is 4-4-2. Forward, Emma Lawler has it. Emma Lawler. That's absolutely superb finish from Mo Tierney. Really good finish. Got a bit of space, and perhaps a bit of life in Laois yet. And Anne-Marie, I suppose from Laois' point of view, if they had got the goal before Clare got the penalty, at least they've struck back from having conceded the penalty.
Was against the run of play, but look at it, just shows what Laois can do when they get the ball down there. Roisin Constance on the ball now, and she's looking for help.
Yeah, that was a really great finish there from Mo Tierney, but Clare give the ball away, lucky enough to win it back in the far side of the field through Roisin Looney. Looney pops it off as far as Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey pops it inside to Clare centre back Orla Devitt. The referee plays advantage, good refereeing. Caoimhe Harvey has it again, taking on Laois, running at Laois. She really has run at Laois time after time. Finds Laura Egan now playing at wing back to Harvey. Harvey finds Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea looking for the run inside, but she's spins away from Clodagh Dunn. It's good patient play from Niamh O'Dea, but she's looking for somebody to make a run, and eventually Caoimhe Harvey makes that run again. Loads of energy in the middle of the field. Roisin Looney. Looney now tried to pick out a runner, but didn't quite work on that occasion, but does really well to win it back. Laois should have dealt with that a bit better initially, and perhaps now an opportunity for Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan with the shot off the post, and the referee had been playing advantage. He'd had his hand in the air. He saw a pull back there, and it's a free into Clare, and it's going to suit a left-footed kicker. Yeah,
again, just as Gráinne was about to pull the trigger, her hand was pulled back. Referee played advantage, but now he's after calling it back. So this is from Chloe from the right hand side, so this will suit a left-legged kicker. So I know that Chloe will pop this over the bar. So as Gráinne and Chloe are inside full forward, and outside then we have Niamh and also Roisin Constantine has moved up to wing forward position.
Chloe Maloney now on the 14-yard line. This should be a simple enough opportunity for a player of her ability. Puts it over the bar, not a problem, and Clare extend their lead 4-5 to 1-6. So that's the score here in Clonmel, and the latest kick out now is going to be taken by Laois's Emer Barry when she gets rid of the second ball on the field, and Clare now will be trying to disrupt the Laois kick out, and Laois of course will be trying to win it and build from the back through Clodagh Dunn, their cornerback. Clodagh Dunn gets the ball as far as Anna Healy. Anna Healy soling on her left foot on the far side of the field, taking on Emer O'Connor. It's a good run, it's a really good run from Anna Healy. Gets it forward as far as Laura Nerney, who's been very impressive. Anna Healy gets it forward as far as Orla Hennessy, but Orla Hennessy's attempted pass is cut out by Clare. Nivo D has it. Nivo D switches the play to the far side of the field. It's good football. Finds Laura Egan. Laura Egan gives it back as far as Nivo D. Good patient play from Clare. Nivo D now sees that Quiva Harvey has loads of space in front of her and finds the West Clare Gales midfielder taking on Leah Tarpey. Gives it back as far as Grania Nolan. Grania Nolan finds Nivo D. O'D conducting the orchestra from a Clare perspective in the middle of the field. She's in a lot of space again, soloing the ball on her left foot, pops it forward as far as Orla Devitt. It's a good run from Orla Devitt from centre back. The Clare half back line have been excellent at attacking from deep. Lovely ball from Nivo D in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney turns, excellent block, great defending from the Laois full back. Jenny McAvoy super defending, and Laois now Clare eventually worked the ball out. Their midfielder Ellen Healy has it. That was excellent football from Laois, good defending, and if they can get a score out of this, well, it certainly will lift them. The referee playing an advantage. Laura Nerney is going to need a couple of seconds here to, I'm not sure if she winded it or what, but Laois are going to make a substitution as well. They're going to bring in their number 20, Claire Conlon. She's going to come in for Laois's Orla Hennessy. So Laois making the change. The score, Clare leading by 9 points, 4-5 to Laois's 1-5, and we've had 8 minutes of the second half in Clonmel.
Yeah, I think that Laois need to work a few more scores now, and this is a crucial time in they need to get the momentum going again. And she's after finding her inside forward there now, Emma Lawler.
The ball, however, unfortunately beats Emma Lawler out over the sideline, and the line ball is going to be taken by Grania Harvey. Grania Harvey takes it quickly to Ciara Hickey. Ciara Hickey looks for somebody on the far side of the field, and she finds Roisin Considine. Roisin Considine transfers the ball as far as Ani Keane. Ani Keane takes the pass from Roisin Looney. Good football from Clare, working her out at pace, not taking too long to get rid of it. The crossfield ball, however, is cut out, and Laois now might have a bit of space. The referee plays advantage, definitely a free. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald was fouled, but Laois have the bit of space, and it's really well won by Emma Lawler. Emma Lawler getting away from the Clare full back line. Emma Lawler is in on goal. The shot, great save from Michaela Glynn. Absolutely great save, great goalkeeping. The referee had played advantage for a second time, and he's going to give a free in dead straight in front of goal.
Yeah, Michaela made the angle tight there for Emma Lawler. She put her under pressure and she hit it straight at her. So great save from Michaela again, very good goalkeeping.
Emma Lawler was in on goal that time, and well, she's noted as a goal scorer. We thought she was going to put it away. The freeze is going to be taken now by Mo Tierney. Mo Tierney off her left foot puts that over the bar. That's Laois's 6 points, so Clare leading by 4-5 to Laois's 1-6, so it's down to an 8-point game, and we've had 9.5 minutes of the second half, so still Laois well behind, but you sense not completely out of the game either.
No, I don't think they're out of it. I still think they have momentum. If they can put a few more scores on the board, even to get a few points, they're back in it. As I said, you just don't know with ladies football. Clare need to stay awake and keep tuned in and keep getting the pass right, so they're on the attack again. Laois
trying to defend this latest attack, and that's a really, really good point from Laois's Leah Tarpey. That was good football from Leah Tarpey. So it's their 7th point, 4-5 to Clare, 1-7 to Laois, and well, as we said a few seconds ago, it might look at the scoreboard as if Clare are well ahead, but Laois definitely, you just sense that they're not quite gone.
No, it's still a very competitive game.
On the far side of the field, Nivo D is fouled by Clodagh Dunn, goes to ground. The referee, I think, is going to have a word with Clodagh Dunn, but it is just a word. He hasn't produced a card. So Nivo D, she's looking inside. There's 2 players in front of Grania Nolan, who's trying to make a run, and does eventually make a very good run, getting out in front of Amy Potts. That's a very intelligent run from Grania Nolan, but I have to say excellent defending as well from Amy Potts, who won that ball back. And Marie, I think you've got an update from Kinnegad.
I do, yes. It's now Kildare 5-8, Sligo 2 points. So unfortunately Sligo haven't got on the scoreboard since we mentioned it last.
So that game definitely we could say over, but not over here, because Sarah Ann Fitzgerald has it. She's roaring forward from the middle of the field. Super run, pull back, has to be a free. Referee plays advantage. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald got the kick away. Eventually it was dealt with comfortably by Michaela Glynn, but definitely a free in. And this will bring it back more than likely, Anne-Marie, to 4-5 to 1-8. And as we keep saying, Laois just picking away at that lead.
Yeah, it was at this stage last week that Clare made a couple of mistakes and let Kildare back into the game. So Clare won't want that won't want that to happen today. And I've no doubt they worked at training during the week on this. So I just think they need to take someone to. They just need someone to lead from the front now and take this ball and bring it out to the backs.
And leading from the front, without a doubt, for Laois is Mo Tierney. She strokes that over the bar, and that reduces the deficit. 17 points to 11. So 6 points in it. It had been 9. It's now down to 6, and you just sense that the next score here could be really crucial. If Clare get the next score, it might take the wind out of Laois. If Laois get it, well, the momentum that they are steadily building will be added to. So Clare now trying to break out with the ball.
Laois are using a zonal defence trying to stop the Clare backs to come out, so they're working really, really hard at the moment.
Emer O'Connor has in the middle of the field, pops it forward as far as Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan out from the full forward line, switches the play nicely to the far side of the field. Great support run from Roisin Constantine from the scanner. Roisin Constantine gets it back as far as Gráinne Nolan. Gráinne Nolan looking for the run inside. She looks and finds Niamh O'Dea. Lovely ball in front of O'Dea. O'Dea turns, shoots from distance. But that just drifts to the right.
Yeah, Niamh O'Dea has now gone in full forward. She didn't spot the run of Emer O'Connor, who was off her shoulder there, and she was free. She was in on goal. Unlucky that time. But I think Niamh will probably stay inside full forward. The kick out has been dispossessed by Chloe Maloney. Gives it to Gráinne Nolan and over the bar.
Gráinne
Great
Nolan
score.
puts that over the bar, and that was an intelligent decision, I think, from Gráinne Nolan, because at the back of her head she might have thought there's a goal on here, but turn the 6 point lead into a 7 point lead, get the score and try and take away a bit
exactly,
of
just keep
from,
eating
from
away
Laois.
at that scoreboard. Yeah, and it was good reaction from Chloe there from the kick out, and saw the runner, saw Gráinne running off of her.
The kick out this time finds a Laois player in Anna Healy from Park Rahaneska, gets it forward, and Laois now know that they've got to kind of try and hit back immediately here. Andrea Morton has it from Ballyrowan, and Laois still have possession. Can they create the angle for the shot, or maybe something even better than a point? And the shot from O'Nerney is blocked, and that's going to eventually roll out over the sideline. It's going to be 45 for Laois, and chance now for Laois to do something here, and they know that as we approach the 14th minute that there's only about a minute left until the water break, and if they can get a score before the water break, it'll be a big boost.
Exactly, and I just see Fidel McMarnan and Louise Woods are warming up there, so I'd say they will be introduced for the last 15 minutes. Ciara Hickey just went for the ball 50-50 there, but she was fouled as she went down to pick it up. She got a shoulder, so Ciara's looking for someone in space at the moment.
That was
and
really,
she finds
really well read.
Gráinne Harvey.
Really well read there from Ciara Hickey. Cut in front of Sarah Ann Fitzgerald and read the free, and Clare now have it to Emer Keane. Emer Keane does well to hold on to the ball, gets it back as far as Gráinne Harvey. Gráinne Harvey needs somebody to come off her shoulder, gives it back as far as Emer Keane. She pops it into her twin sister Anya Keane, bounces the ball. The pitch, understandably, wouldn't say it's heavy, but obviously there's been a bit of rain over the last few days, so maybe bouncing the ball from either side's point of view, not the greatest idea. Great stuff from Emer O'Connor in the middle of the field, won that back in a ruck, gets it forward as far as Anya Keane. Anya Keane, nice ball forward in front of Chloe Maloney. Excellent stuff from Clare. Chloe Maloney, lovely, in front of Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea pops it off as far as the runner, but that's well cut out by Laois, and Leah Tarpey has it now. Laois trying to break out and trying to make something happen here. Probably the last play before the water break. Laura Lerney has been inspiration for Laois at centre back. Certainly hasn't given up. Claire Conlon switches to play, but that's not a great ball forward, and it's nicely read inside by Gráinne Harvey. And Laois, up until the last pass, it was a great run from Laura Lerney, but just the last pass let him down. Yeah,
Laura was in space there. If it was given back to her, just unlucky there. That last pass is still killing Laois, so that if they can settle and get their passing right. Emer Keane's on the ball now. She's after passing to Laura Egan. Emer O'Connor is in space. Emer, who swapped the wedding dress last week for the jersey, she was meant to get married, but hopefully when restrictions have lifted she'll be back at Mary Ginn, will stay with the play. Emer's after passing back to Laura Egan, and Laura's looking for support.
And Laura pops it off as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane in towards Chloe Maloney. Lovely pass from Chloe Maloney on the run to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gets it across as far as Niamh O'Dea, and that's in the back of the net. Yeah. And that's a superbly worked goal from Clare, who now lead by 5-6 to Laois's 1-8, and the Laois goalkeeper Emer Barry is on the ground. Hopefully she's okay. The referee waving at the physio to come in and look at the Laois goalkeeper.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay.
Hopefully she's okay. That's the most important thing. In terms of the goal, really well worked.
Yeah, great teamwork down the left hand side. Clare are finding the person in the best position all the time, and I think that's a trait of the Clare team. The last couple of years, no one has been selfish with the ball. Just see now that Fidelma Marnin is about to be introduced. Fidelma is extremely skillful, has lovely balance on the ball, and no doubt she'll make an impact when she comes in.
Yeah, she certainly she can play anywhere in the forwards. She could play inside. She can play in the half-forward line. I'd say she could even play around the middle. She's a very rangy player.
Yeah.
Can take a score and find a pass as well. The Laois goalkeeper Emer Barry is up, and she's been dealt with by the physio. So hopefully she's okay. And we must be very close now to the water break because it's over 17 minutes gone. But the score that we suggested at least needed to get right back into it completely as we speak, the water break has been called, so 17 minutes gone. So Clare leading at the water break in the second half by 5-6 to 1-8, but that score that Laois needed, Clare got it, and it really is going to be almost impossible now for Laois to get back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Laois to come back, but I've no doubt they're not going to give up. I know the scoring difference can come down to depending on other results, so it's important that Clare keep the scoring tally from the Laois perspective down, but I've no doubt that Laois they're not going to give up until the final whistle.
A 10-point lead at this stage for Clare, 5-6 to Laois's 1-8, and you can sense the urgency from the Clare management. They're trying to keep their team going. Laois understandably a bit quieter, but you know they've got some players there that have been excellent. I've been extremely impressed by Laura Nerney at centre back, and the runs that she's made. She's really
making piercing runs through the defence.
She's taken the game to Clare.
Yeah.
She's really given it everything. Not saying she's the only Laois player to do that, but certainly it has been fairly eye-catching. So the water break finishes, and we've got about 13-14 minutes left here in Clonmel.
Fidelma Marnin has been introduced. I have a feeling she's going to take up the centre forward position. Emer O'Connor has made way. Emer O'Connor worked really hard again today, as she did last week. She fights for every ball, and she'll take her well-earned rest now, so Fidelma will be introduced.
Yeah, certainly Emer O'Connor's work rate and her use of the ball excellent as well. So Emer Barry has recovered from that knock.
Fidelma's gone straight in centre forward.
And Emer Barry's going to take this kick out. Emer Barry now looking for somebody around the middle of the field, and it's a good ball, really good ball, and she found Anna Healy, the Laois captain, and Laois now trying to build something here to Andrea Moran. They know that they've basically have to get the next score to have any chance at all of making a battle of the last 10 or 15 minutes. Breaking forward again now is Laois's Laura Nerney. That's a really good run, and pops the ball off as far as Leah Tarpey. Leah Tarpey, wearing 18, bursts forward, gets past a couple of Clare players, but was well shadowed, and that was good defending. And when you see Nivo D putting in a tackle like that far down the field, it shows that if the forwards are prepared to do that, it makes a back's job very easy. Yeah,
I've often seen Niamh do that on quite numerous occasions, especially in county finals. No matter how many points they're up, she's always back defending and working really hard, and it just takes the pressure off the backs when that happens.
There's a Laois player now on the ground. Hopefully they're okay. Clare are going to make a second substitution here.
Yeah, Carol O'Leary.
Carol O'Leary from the market is getting ready to be.
Carol, who played our club football with Kimehel the last couple of years, because Newmarket didn't have a team, so it's great that Carol had the opportunity to play with Kimehel.
Yep,
and she's a lot of experience with Camogie and with the football, so I've no doubt she'll go into a corner or a wing back position, and she'll work really hard.
Yeah, an excellent dual player without a doubt. At both levels for club and county. Laois looking to make a substitution as well. They're looking to bring in Rachel Fitzgerald, wearing 25, from Ballyrowan. The referee is talking to Quiva Harvey in the middle of the field, and Quiva Harvey's got a yellow card, Anne-Marie, and I can only imagine that it has to be related to is it related to a late tackle on the Laois player that's down, or what? I didn't quite see exactly what she did.
Yeah, I think, or else might have been a little bit of mouthing maybe after the free was given. But I think she had been ticked previously, so Cueva has made way for the sin bin. You mentioned Rachel Fitzgerald there from Laois. She came on last week for Laois and got a goal, so she will be a scoring threat, number 25 at corner forward.
And Carla Leary brought in for Clare, and she's replaced Orla Devitt, the Clare centre back. And as Anne-Marie said, Laois have also made a change, and Rachel Fitzgerald is in, so she'll be hoping to make an impact here fairly soon for Laois as we enter the last 10 minutes or thereabouts here in Clonmel. Clare have it again now in the left half back position, with Emer Keane getting it forward as far as Fidelma Marnin, wearing 11 on as a substitute. Breaking forward, great run from Fidelma Marnin, showing great speed, great ball control, excellent stuff, but good pressure as well there from Anna Healy. But Fidelma Marnin did very well to hold on to the ball under a lot of pressure. Gets it off as far as Laura Egan. Laura Egan gets it back as far as Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin finds Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney in field to Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney hops the ball, looks for a support run, finds Carla Leary. Carla Leary gets it back as far as Clare's Emer Keane. This is good possession football. Fidelma Marnin goes to ground. It was under pressure there from Ellen Healy, and Fidelma Marnin gone to ground, and the referee blows the whistle. It's a definite free, and she's receiving a bit of attention. Hopefully she's okay, but no question about the free.
Yeah, correct decision there. Now Fidelma, since she came on, she's been on the ball quite a bit. Movement into space. She linked up with Carla Leary there. Carla Leary is actually playing a wing forward position, but she'll be tracking back as well because she is very, very fit. Orla Devitt has made way
for Carla.
Yes, yeah. So I've said Orla had a great game. She made some piercing runs down through the centre, and she was involved in a lot of play and set up a lot of scores. So great game from Orla.
Fidelma Marnin has recovered from that knock, and presumably it's going to be a free into Clare. Nivodi has the ball in her hand. She's ready to go, and the referee Eamon Warren from Kerry just checking that Fidelma is okay. Nivodi. She's probably going to look for somebody to make a run here, maybe a diagonal ball across to possibly Chloe Maloney or somebody. Laura Egan is trying to make a run here as well, and does, and shows well near the sideline, holds on to it well, gets it back as far as Nivo D. She spins away from the tackle, and she's breaking forward now, getting away from the leash. Wing back Rachel Williams, Clodagh Dunn gets across in front as well. That's good defending from Leash and Clodagh Dunn. Granny Nolan goes to ground, tries to pick it up. Nivo D eventually picks it up. The referee says, well, I think I'm going to have to do something here. He's going to throw it in. There was 3 or 4 players grappling for possession, and the ball is going to be thrown in now between Chloe Maloney and Leash's Jane Moore. We've got less than 10 minutes left here now in Clonmel, and the scoreline again, it's 5-6 to Clare. Laois 1 goal and 8 points. Laois won their first round game last weekend against Sligo, comprehensive win. Clare were beaten by 2 points by Kildare. So Clare knew that whatever chance they have of getting out of the group, they had to win here. And you would still have to, I suppose, in the long run, fancy that Kildare will win. Well, they're going to win today.
Yeah, Kildare, they still have a comprehensive lead against Sligo.
And they'd be very warm favourites as well to beat Laois. But Clare have to hope that maybe something might happen. And their attention at the moment, of course, is on this game to make sure that they see out this game and win it. And Laois's attention is clearly on trying to get right back into it. And they might through Emma Lawler wearing 13 now. She's about 40 yards out. She's being shadowed well by Gráinne Harvey. Gets the ball forward. It's a nice ball in as far as Laois's Mo Tierney. Mo Tierney turns back in field, and that's going to be undoubtedly a free in for Ellen Healy. And the referee might go for the book here as well, because he's looking to speak to
Ciara Hickey, I think Hickey. It is, yeah.
And when you see a referee, well, he hasn't actually reached for the book yet, or well, let's see, he's going to produce a card or not. Ciara Hickey's trying to reverse into the goal. The referee doesn't produce a card. Clare make another change here.
Yeah, Louise Woods.
Louise Woods wearing 21 is coming in for Laura Egan. Yeah. Kilmahil.
Laura is a workhorse, worked really, really hard. Also Tara Kelly from Cool Gills is about to be introduced. I have to remember as well, Clare down to 14 at the moment, with Cueva, Harvey being sin bin, so they're under a little bit of extra pressure, but they're working really, really hard together.
Mo Tierney, is she going to go for a goal here? She takes the point, puts it over, and that is Laois's 9th point. Clare leading by 5-6 to 1 goal and 9 points as we enter the closing minutes here of this round 2 ladies football intermediate football championship match.
Louise Woods, speedy as she's known as, gone into wing back position. I've no doubt she'll be going forward with the ball. She'll be on the ball quite a bit.
That kick out was won very well the far side of the field by Anya Keane, and Clare have it now through Grania Nolan. Grania Nolan sole on the ball, scans the field, looks around for a support run, finds Nivo D in the middle of the field, and there's been, I suppose, the use of Nivo D, Chloe Maloney, Grania Nolan has been good from Clare. They're switching in and out from the full forward line. Clare now breaking forward again. Fidelma Marnin, can she create the angle for the shot? She holds onto the ball under a bit of pressure. Clare recycle. Grania Nolan has it, gets it back as far as Nivo D. Nivo D, a bit like a quarterback in American football, scanning the field, finds Grania Nolan. Eventually Grania Nolan breaking forward, but she can't get beyond the 2 Laois players. The referee has got his hand up. He had been playing advantage there for a few seconds, and as you said, Anne-Marie, a high tackle, and Tara Kelly coming on now, and she's going to come on for Grania Nolan. Grania Nolan on the ground, and when she gets up she'll be trotting off.
Yeah, Grania has been carrying injury the last couple of weeks, her Achilles, but she has played exceptional today. She was involved in a lot of the scores, setting up her movement into space is excellent, and also her vision, so she's done very well today. And Tara, when she came on last week, she was driving forward with the ball. I've no doubt she'll do the same today.
Grania Nolan now still on the ground, but she gets up, she's okay, and she's going to be replaced by Tara Kelly. And the free is going to be taken by Chloe Maloney, who again has really impressed for Clare, as indeed has everyone in that inside line. 5-6 to 1-9, and Chloe Maloney will be looking now to put over Clare's 7th point of this match when the referee Eamon Moran eventually blows the whistle. Laois have, as we can see, 3 players on the goal, inside in the goal mouth, but there's no question of Chloe Maloney going for a goal here. She's going to try to tap this over the bar and extend Clare's advantage, and there's been a noticeable drop as we watch Chloe Maloney put that over wide. Well, I was going to say over the bar, but it went to the right and wide. A bit surprising, but there's been a noticeable drop in temperature here as well.
Yes,
Emery.
there has. It's definitely November weather now. The sun was shining earlier, as we said, but the wind is picking up a little slightly also.
Yeah, it was nice and spring-like about, I suppose, an hour ago, even perhaps half an hour ago, as we watched Roisin Looney cutting out a loose ball in the middle field. Tara Kelly, I thought it was possibly a foul, but the referee says no, that's a Laois free. Was that for overcarrying? So Laois looking to take this as quickly as they can now and maybe finish this game well. Sarah Ann Fitzgerald has it, far side of the field, left hand side, bounces the ball, turns in field, looks for a runner, finds Rachel Williams. Lovely in fact the pass was for Rachel Williams. The pass was towards Rachel Williams. I think it was from Laura Nerney, but it was well cut out. Clare have it again now to their left half back, Anya Keane. Anya Keane takes a return from Nivo D. Anya Keane pops it as far as Tara Kelly from Cool Gales. Tara Kelly now breaking forward, getting away from Laura Nerney. Laura Nerney trying to get back. That's a great block. That's super defending there from the Laois centre back, who's down on the ground. And I have to say, if there was a player of the game from a Laois perspective, I think Laura Nerney would be that player.
Absolutely, she has covered every blade of grass just like she did last week. Very inspirational. Unlucky there from Tara Kelly. Fidelma Martin had gotten inside if she had seen the pass, but I know that's easy to say from where we are up here, but good pressure there from Roisin Constantine again.
The free one there by Rachel Fitzgerald, the Laois number 25. Free's taken quickly as far as Clodagh Dunn. Clodagh Dunn now needs somebody to either make a run off her shoulder or make a run inside, and the player who makes the run inside is the Laois corner forward, and that's definitely a free in there for Clare. And Louise Woods, if there was a black card in ladies football, she would have got a black card there. It was a clear pull down, so it's going to be interesting to see will the referee give a yellow card or what action he's going to take. He's having a bit of a chat. When the free is eventually taken, it'll be taken by Laois's Mo Tierney, the referee, still talking to Louise Woods. He's producing a card. It is a yellow card, and we can't.
13.
Nobody could argue with that.
No one could argue with that. She pulled her straight down. Clare now down to 13 players. So
Mo Tierney's going to take the free and off her left foot, no problem. Puts that straight over the bar, so that reduces the deficit. Clare 5-6. Laois 1 goal and 9 points. So that's a 6-point game. So few minutes still left here in.
Yeah, it's not over until the final whistle, so Clare need to stay tuned in.
Absolutely, Laois will
need to win this kick out.
Will sense that if they can win this kick out, and
Roisin Considine
that's a vital win there from Roisin Considine from a Clare point of view. Laois really needed to win that, and Clare recycling the ball. Ciara Hickey looks back towards Michaela Glynn. Michaela Glynn did well that time to present herself as an option. Grona Harvey breaking forward, pops the ball off as far as Anya Keane, and Emer Keane has it now. Her twin sister. It's a good run forward. Finds Niamh Dee. Niamh Dee has a lot of experience, and we can be quite confident that she'll bring the ball. She'll hold on to the ball and will make a good decision on the ball. Pops off again as far as Emer Keane. Good football back towards Niamh Dee. Can she turn on her left? Does that. Turns on her left, but it drifts just to the left and wide, and that was you'd always fancy Niamh Dee to put the ball over the bar in those kind of circumstances. Laois now making a couple of more substitutions.
Super run by Emer Keane. We saw through the club championship she did it for Milltown on numerous occasions. Excellent play from her there. Just Leave was unlucky, just tail wide at the very end.
The referee Eamon Moran, he's asking the Laois goalkeeper to take the kick out again as Laois introduce Kate Whelan from Ballyroan, and they've also introduced Sarah Larkin from Timahoe. So a couple of late changes here for Laois, and their goalkeeper Emer Barry with this kick out now should be very, very keen to pick out a Laois player, but instead she picks out Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin gets as far as Chloe Maloney. Can Chloe Maloney get a shot off her left foot? But good defending from Laois, and yet again their centre back Laura Nerney shows great heart there, and the referee sees a bit of dissent there from Clare. The ball is brought forward and it's taken quickly. Anna Healy has it. Anna Healy trying to get beyond Chloe Maloney, and she's fouled. Gets the free taken quickly to Jenny McAvoy. Jenny McAvoy switches the play to Rachel Williams. Rachel Williams taking on Niamh Dee. Good play there from Tara Kelly, but the referee I hadn't seen that he had been playing advantage, but he must have been, because he's asking, or he's given a free to Laois as Clare tried to bring back in Caoimhe Harvey after her 10 minutes in the sin bin, and the fourth official is trying to help out Caoimhe Harvey there and Micheál Talty, but they'll have to wait another few seconds as Laois break forward through Amy Potts. Amy Potts lays the ball up towards her centre back Laura Nerney, and Laura Nerney overcarried the ball and probably did, in fairness, overcarry the ball. That was good defending.
Yeah, again, very good defending from the Clare backs. I can hear Ciara Hickey there. She's using her vocals and she's telling people where to go into positions, and that's what you need as a sweeper. You need someone that's vocal and not afraid to tell players to get back, and they're crowded out there, and good defence. Roisin Considine's on the ball making one of her influential runs again. Ellie's running with her. Ellie's up from full back. She's making a run forward, and she's going to try
a great run from Ellie O'Gorman. Lovely ball as well in front of Fidelma Marnin. Beautiful pass. Fidelma Marnin now taking on the Laois cornerback Clodagh Dunn. The referee did very well to play advantage, but there was a definite pullback by Clodagh Dunn, and it was well saved by Emer Barry. Well, it wasn't the hardest shot. Yeah, a great run from Ellie O'Gorman. I mentioned earlier, you need someone that'll go is drive forward when you need it, and no better woman than Ellie as captain of the team. She's an excellent passer of the ball, really natural footballer. So great run from Ellie, and Chloe should pop this over the bar again. Chloe Maloney is going to eventually take this free. It's simple enough by her standards, and extend the lead again to 10 points. And it's a yellow card for Clodagh Dunn. And again, we said there was no argument over Louise Woods getting a yellow card. Yeah. That was yellow as well. Yeah, I think the ref has been fairly consistent today. So that was a fair decision. So Chloe Maloney going to take the free in. Eventually, when the referee blows his whistle, and we're in the last couple of minutes here in Clonmel. So Chloe Maloney on the 14-yard line, dead straight in front of goal, bounces, shoulders the ball a couple of times. The sun is out here again, and as Chloe Maloney puts that over the bar, and that is Clare's 7th point. So Clare 5-7, Laois 1 goal and 9 points.
Clare well in control, similar to the Kildare game. They're well in control as well, so that game is nearly over also.
So we're going to have wins in Group 4 for Kildare and Clare, as Nivo D wins that ball really, really well. And I don't know, was she trying to lob the goalkeeper, but it was good goalkeeping there from Emer Barry. Did well under pressure from Chloe Maloney, and Laois breaking out now, and their centre back has it again. Laura nearly now bursting from centre back, pops off towards the runner, Ellen Healy. Ellen Healy spreads the ball to the far side of the field, as far as her captain Anna Healy. Anna Healy, referee playing advantage, lays the ball off, did well, and nice early ball forward in far as the inside forward, who's Mo Tierney, wearing 11. Mo Tierney lays the ball off as far as one of the Laois substitutes, and Kate Whelan does really, really well to put that over the bar off her left foot. Really good finish there from Kate Whelan.
Excellent score, and that was set up again by Lauren Lerny, who seems to have picked up an ankle injury, but she's up onto her feet again. She's been influential today. A great score from Laois. Michaela is about to kick out the ball, and she's looking for Caoimhe Harvey in space. Yeah,
it's a very good kick out there from Michaela Glynn, the far side of the field, involved in the play again now, and she's been involved a good few times, is Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma Marnan pops off to her club colleague Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gets it as far as Roisin Looney. Roisin Looney now breaking forward, goal on here, gets it as far as I was going to say
she should have kicked it herself. I think
should have gone for the score. A bit too unselfish. She tried to find Chloe Maloney, and it was good defending from Laois, really good defending, cut out, and now Laura Nerney has it again, breaking forward, pops it inside as far as Amy Potts. Amy Potts lays it off. Laois have it now through Claire Conlon. Great ball forward, excellent ball in far as Mo Tierney, and absolutely superb goalkeeping there from Michaela Glynn.
Yeah, she put her body on the line again. Really excellent save from Michaela.
Really and I mean, Mo Tierney, a player of her quality, you'd always fancy her to put it away. There's a Clare player on the ground inside, I think it's Ciara Hickey, as the referee blows the full-time whistle, and the final score, Clare beating Laois by 5-7 to Laois's 1-10. Ciara Hickey gets up inside. She's I'd say carrying a bit of maybe an ankle injury, got a bit of a bang.
She did, she's down.
But overall a very comprehensive win for Clare, and I mean, just I suppose no arguments. There was times where Laois looked as if they were going to get back into it, but it didn't quite happen.
I think it was an excellent team performance from Clare. They learned their lessons from last week. Really good victory. Laois battled hard, tried very, very hard, but Clare are well deserving winners on the day.
So that's the final score here from Clonmel on Channel Clare, brought to you, of course, in conjunction by the Ladies Football Association and TG Cahir. The sun is out again in Clonmel. It looks like a nice spring evening, but in fact it is still November 8th, and comprehensive victory for Clare, comprehensive victory as well for Kildare. So Kildare have won their 2 games in Group 4. They're still very much have their destiny in their own hand as regards getting through. A reminder again that just one team qualifies from each group into the semi-final of the All-Ireland Intermediate Championship. So Clare definitely in the driving seat, but just a final word from yourself, Anne-Marie. I suppose Clare just have to hope that somehow Laois shock Kildare, and that they beat Sligo, so that there's 2 games to be played yet, and who knows what could happen.
Exactly, who knows? You just don't know in the current climate with COVID and with restrictions and with close contacts. You just don't know how it could fizzle out. But yeah, Clare have Sligo next week. They'll be hoping to maintain their momentum from today and drive on in that game, and Kildare will have Laois. As I said, you just don't know what will happen. If Laois beat Kildare, then we're in a great position. However, if Kildare win, they'll be through. As we said, there's only one team. But look at just based on today, a great team performance from Clare. Laois will be very disappointed, but I've no doubt they'll be back in the game next year.
Well, that's about it from Clonmel. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, thanks a lot to everyone who contributed, particularly to Anne-Marie Canlon, our co-commentator, also earlier on as well. Many thanks to Eoin Fitzpatrick from Laois for joining us, and also to Clare's Aisling Reilly, both of whom joined us before the game and at half-time for analysis. And thanks indeed to our backroom people here as well, Alan Foodie, Siobhan Herher and Tracy Whelan. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, that's it from Clonmel on comprehensive victory for Clare, and we'll talk to you again next week. They can play anywhere, they can play outfield, out rounds.
Yeah, they're very versatile.
Chloe Maloney steps up to keep her off the line, but that's a superbly put away penalty from Clare now Laois now breaking forward. Emma Lawler has it. Emma Lawler pops the ball off as far as Laois's number 11, and that's absolutely the 14-yard line. This should be a simple enough opportunity for a player of her ability. Puts it over the bar, not a problem, and Clare extend their lead. And it's really well won by Emma Lawler. Emma Lawler getting away from the Clare full back line. Emma Lawler is in on goal. The shot, great save from Michaela Glenn. Absolutely great save. Great.
Stay awake and keep tuned in and keep getting the pass right, so they're on the attack again. Laois
trying to defend this latest attack, and that's a really good point.
Put out their work to training during the week on this, so I just think they need to take someone to. They just need someone to lead from the front now and take this ball and bring it out to the backs.
And
but I think Niamh will probably stay inside full forward. The kick out has been dispossessed by Chloe Maloney. Gives it to Gráinne Nolan, and over the bar.
Gráinne
Great
Nolan
score.
Puts that over the bar, and that was in shorts. Chloe Maloney, lovely passing. Chloe Maloney on the run to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gets it across as far as Niamh O'Dea, and that's in the back of the net.